Hey guys, Ashley here, also known as the Italy fan. I'm back today with another video, and we have reached the end of my One She Hill rants. I'm hoping that these are the end of all my rants, that way I have nothing else to say. The only thing I have to say is about Dan, but that can wait. It's not that important. Dan is not a character that I'm eager to talk about, but I do want to talk about him one day, but we have reached the end of my One She Hill rant. I could just tell by looking at some of the viewerships that people have really been enjoying what I've been having to say about these One She Hill rants, and some of these rants I feel like I should have put them in unpopular opinions because I had no idea that I felt this way about certain stuff literally until it just like it came to me as I was watching One She Hill. A lot of it just came to me. Except for the Brooke one about her being trash in season 4, that was always a thing. I never liked Brooke's attitude. In season 4, her fans could say whatever they want to say about her being tired. She has the right to get revenge, and booty, blah, blah, blah. I don't care about that. Just because she's mad doesn't give her the right to talk about someone's dead mother. And we're going to leave it there. Because if someone did that to you, you'd be ready to fight. So, stop the bullshit. But we have reached the end. And today we're going to be talking about why I feel like Lucas and Peyton are the most overhated characters in proper TV show history. I could be wrong, but to me, that's within teen drama. Let's just say that. I don't know who's more hated than them, but to me, I feel like they're the most overhated characters in teen drama history. I don't get the hate sometimes. I can understand people make mistakes, but to me, I just feel like people really hate them because of the Brooke situation. And I just feel like some of y'all really need to get over it. Like, for real, because I literally have drawn out every single rant I can come up with about the love triangle. And if y'all refuse to hear my points on it, because they make real sense, then that's your problem. Until you grow up and realize and mature and realize that every single one of them were wrong about how they did things, you will never stop having double standards, and you will never stop having favoritism towards a certain character until you realize that. That's just the truth. So I'm going to be talking about them separately, but I want to talk about Peyton first because I never talked about Peyton except for one time on my channel when I have lost about her character. So we're going to talk about Miss Peyton Sawyer. Me personally, I love Peyton. She's my favorite out of the females. I really love Peyton's journey. I really love her storylines. And I think Hillary Burton fit her like a glove. I think Hillary was also the best actress on the show. But Peyton as a character, I feel like the podcast is the reason why so many people in the fandom are turning on her. And I said this in my last video, people are just turning into sheep. People literally have no reason to hate her outside of what they're saying on the podcast, and it's just sheep. Sheep, sheep, sheep. Everybody wants to be sheep, but nobody wants to know how to lead. No one wants to know how to be led. People just want to be sheep and follow behind the shepherd. And I feel like the podcast is a lot to blame for that because I just feel like, to me, with Peyton, no one really ever sees her side at all. Like, when it comes to the love triangle situation, no one, it's like nobody can see that her and Lucas were feeling each other way before Brooke got involved. Brooke should have read the room, and she definitely should have not went after Lucas, knowing that they had a past history. What are you doing, Brooke? Brooke should have not still went after him. And Peyton should have not changed her mind 2 seconds later, confessing to Lucas about how she felt at a very wrong time. I just feel like everything was mishandled. Everything was really out of pocket for all three of them. But like, no one ever considers how she had to stand by and pretty much watch Lucas date all these girls that he had no business being with when she was in love with him. Watching her best friend be with him twice and then pretty much having to bury her feelings for him and dating other guys just to get over it. Like, No one ever thinks about that. No one ever thinks about how it was mentally draining for her to stand by and watch the love of her life be with her best friend. No one thinks about that. The only person who thinks about that is the guy on TikTok. He's the only one who thinks about that. I cannot remember his name, but if I remember his name, y'all gotta listen to his One Tree Hill rants. He makes some really good One Tree Hill rants. I'm thinking like he didn't make a YouTube channel at this point. He really do, because his One Tree Hill rants are really good. It's very, very good. Like, I just like people couldn't really see that the whole time Brooke was really just like competing with Peyton, really just like trying to one up her in her relationship. I just feel like she was just trying to make Lucas forget about Peyton when in season 3 his entire heart was in committing to her. But I just feel like Brooke just never saw it with Lucas. That's a whole different can of worms that I'm not even going to get into. But I feel like when people just say that Peyton was just so insufferable, I'm just thinking like, what are they talking about? Like, Peyton never once annoyed me. Never once did she annoy me. And then like, you hear people say, oh, she put Lucas before the friendship. Are you kidding me? She put Lucas before the friendship? So Brooke didn't put Lucas before the friendship by dating him twice and not honoring the girl code? Really? Peyton was the one who messed up the friendship? No. And then y'all forgetting that Brooke betrayed the friendship first by sleeping with Nathan. People make a lot of excuses for that. A lot. You won't believe how many excuses I see underneath the comments. You won't believe how many excuses I see. People are saying, oh, she was drunk, it didn't mean nothing, so why does it matter? Are you kidding me? Why does it matter? Because you were my best friend, and he was my boyfriend. What more fucking reasons do you need besides those two right there? Just like Brooke, right? Peyton was her best friend, and Lucas was her boyfriend, and that mattered, right? Right. So I don't understand when people try to come up with all these excuses for Brooke. It's really fucking annoying in the fandom, like really annoying. It's really, really, really annoying. It's annoying to the point sometimes where it keeps me up at night thinking like, damn, what the fuck does Brooke have over these fans? Like, I understand I love her character, but it's like, y'all really be sucking up, y'all really be up her ass. It's just like, y'all cannot see one single flaw with her. And y'all hypocrites. The people who like Brooke, y'all hypocrites, and y'all hold double standards. Because when Peyton did that to her with Lucas, y'all were all up on her ass. But when Brooke did it to Peyton, half of y'all were not holding up the same y'all were not holding the same standard. Y'all were not being consistent. That's being a hypocrite. You cannot say it didn't mean anything because she was drunk. I don't give a fuck if she was drunk, sober, out of the blue. I don't give a fuck. You did what you did, and it matters. I don't care about your reasons. You still did it. So I don't care what you're trying to say to me. Shut up. That's the problem with y'all Brooke fans. Y'all try to come up with all these excuses. It's like, shut up and see the reasons. And stop coming with all these excuses. Like, shut up. To me, I just feel like with Peyton, people really don't have no reason to hate her outside of the situation with the love triangle and the stuff with Lindsay. So let's talk about the stuff with Lindsay in season 5. And then I'm going to address the last thing. And then I'm really done with Peyton because to me, I really feel like she's not that bad. Like, Peyton is far from one of the worst characters y'all seen on TV. We have so many bad characters like Damon, like Ezra from Pretty Little Liars, Dan, you got Nanny Carey, all these terrible characters, and y'all really holding something over Peyton's head. Like, it's not that deep compared to what these other characters have done. Damon has raped girls left and right on Vampire Diaries. Ezra has preyed on young girls like Arya and Allison, pretty much a predator. Dan has killed his brother, mentally tortured Nathan, manipulated Nathan. Like, Dan has done so many horrible stuff, and y'all really mad over Peyton kissing Lucas? Get your priorities in check, because that is ridiculous. Ridiculous to me. Like, I'm not saying y'all not allowed to be mad, because maybe some of y'all were Brooklyn fans. I get it. Y'all probably shipping that and wanting that to happen. But to me, I feel like when you have other characters who are doing 10 times worse stuff, come on. give those characters that same energy. Which is why I cannot wait to get to the Vampire Diaries, because I'm about to go ham on Damon. The Damon stands are going to be so pissed at me because I hate him. Let's just say that. I hate him. He's definitely a character who gets away with everything because of pretty privilege. So, let me get back on track. Sorry. Let's talk about the Lindsay situation. I've already addressed this in my thoughts on the Lindsay, Peyton, and Lucas love triangle. Let's just say this. Lindsay was annoying. Lindsay was whiny. Lindsay was a pick-me. And the whole time that Peyton was there, she really tried to compete with her. And a lot of people just don't seem to see that. People think Peyton was just mean to her for no reason. Her and Lindsay have nothing in common. Her and Lindsay don't share the same thoughts on music, fashion, food, comic books, TV shows, nothing. Her and Lindsay have nothing in common besides the fact that they're both in love with who? Lucas. Why does Peyton need to befriend her? First of all, that's weird. I'm not befriending anybody who's dating my ex. That's weird to me. I'm not doing it. And then for Lindsay, it's weird to me because just like I said with the whole situation with Brooke, the moment that Lucas, you tell him that everybody here is friends, oh, these are your friends, I'm not getting away with that. Even though you guys have a past, you guys have always managed to be friends, and like you're telling everybody here that we're friends, right? We're friends. And then the moment that he does something nice, they get all insecure about it. It's like, set boundaries. Like, come on, set them. The moment that the moment Lindsay came in there and told him that both of his exes are back, that's the one that she should have set boundaries. She should have said, I understand that you and Payne have a past, but I don't want you spending any alone time with her. Because spending time with an ex is how you easily catch feelings for an ex. That's not coming from an insecurity thing, setting boundaries. No, you're not my prisoner, but I'm not going to let you disrespect me. Now, what's insecure is for Lindsay to get mad over the fact that after she told him everyone was friends, she gets all insecure about him helping her find a place to do her work, helping her find a place to do music. She gets all insecure about this. All insecure about this. It's like, Lindsay, pack the shit and get out of here, bitch. Clock out, you're done. I was so over Lindsay. So over her. People really just wanted to make Peyton look like the whole villain in that situation when it's like, no, yet again, Peyton is on the sidelines watching Lucas be with somebody that he should not be with. And yet again, instead of worrying about her feelings, you guys are worrying about the girl that he's with. Who cares about Lindsay's feelings? Even I'm saying that. I don't give a fuck about how Lindsay feels. I don't care. I never cared. Yeah, she got shit on. Boo-hoo. But Lindsay was stupid. I'm sorry. I draw a line at stupidity. I don't know why in these shows they make, especially in situations like that, I don't know why they make women so stupid. Women or men. So stupid about this. I just feel like Lindsay had to know that she was a rebound, right? Like, she would think it's weird that as soon as Lucas got out of a relationship, that they would just boom, zap, all of a sudden together. Like, Lindsay just, I don't know, to me, I think she was really just a pick-me. I feel like she really let her pick-me syndrome really blind her judgment. And I feel like I said, I feel like if Lucas was not going to say nothing about how he really felt, you have Haley, you have Brooke, you got Nathan. All these motherfuckers, none of them decided to step in and tell her, like, hey, Peyton's back. I think it's best if you pack up and you tell Lucas, like, what's up with that? Or, like, set boundaries, because I'm letting you know now, if you don't set boundaries, him and Peyton, they're going to reconnect. And that is the worst thing for you. Them reconnecting, them talking. Once they get on emotional and start having those deep conversations, you're going to get mad. To me, I just always been a Layton shipper. I've never got behind him and Lindsay. Now, this would have been one thing if I was over what him and Peyton had in season 5 and I was really digging him and Lindsay. But me, no. I thought him and Lindsay had no chemistry. I didn't see anything between him and Lindsay. The writers dragged that on for way too goddamn long. The moment to me when I was just done was when he proposed to her and this picked me. This bitch had the audacity to say yes. Really? She's a pick me. That's pick me shit. After you and him just had a whole blown argument about how you said that you knew he was still in love with Peyton and you still decided to marry him because you think it'll change his mind? Pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me. Like, she's a pick me. Lindsay was a pick me. So no, I don't see Peyton as a villain in that situation because Lindsay is with her man. I think someone said that she was acting a little bit possessive in this. I don't know what episode it was, but they was stuck in the library. It's like not more like possessive, but like more like irritated because why is Brooke and Haley sitting there taking Lindsay's side in all of this? Like, I would say that's kind of what pissed me off a little bit too in season 5 with Haley is that why are you taking Lindsay's side? Peyton is your friend. Once you saw that kiss between them, you should have been like, so what's going on with you and Lucas? Because it's like why was Haley, like, I'm not mad at Haley was trying to befriend Lindsay, but when she saw the kiss between Peyton and Lucas, I definitely agree with her when Peyton told her she didn't come back for Lucas. Well, yeah, Peyton came back for the music and she came back for him. That's a total lie when she said she didn't come back for him. Come on. She came back for him. She came back to get her man back, period. I was too. Like, we broke up 4 years ago. I wasn't okay with that. Yeah, I think you somebody else, but this ain't gonna last. So let me just step the fuck in and help remind you where your heart really is, and it's with me. You got your rebound out. Tell her that you don't really, I don't know what the fuck you're telling her, these false promises, but come on. Yo, where you realize it's over here with me. I feel like Haley blowing down on Peyton like that, it's like, Haley, are you really trying to encourage the relationship between him and Lindsay? Like, it's not going to work. They really dragged him and Lindsay out. And I was not a fan of it. I thought it was stupid. I thought it was dumb. But at the end of the day, we did get Lathan, whether people want to admit it or not. I love Lathan. They are one of my top 5 favorite relationships, favorite love stories, favorite everything. I could understand that things between them was very messy. I could understand when people were like kind of sick of it. But to me, I feel like I loved everything because it was never their intention to hurt anybody. But I feel like if people would have just been more smarter and been more, if they would have read the room, or if people would have just, learned from the first time what they did last time, maybe it wouldn't have been so bad. And that's where I leave it at. So, and everybody who keeps saying that she was less acceptable around Jake, it's like, the whole Jake in-game thing, I made a video about that. Me personally, I can't change how you feel if you wanted to be in-game, but me personally, I feel like the people who want them to be in-game, it's like, I really need you to look inside your head. Imagine for me. Come together, y'all. Come together. And tell me if you can actually see a future with Peyton and Jake when he's leaving town, changing his name, him and Jenny have to hide out from Nikki. I just want to know, could that have really been a long-lasting thing? Until someone can really convince me with a real realistic scenario, I would shut up. But if not, until no one can come to me and tell me that it could be a realistic relationship, long-lasting, then no, I'm not going to. I never once thought that her and Jake would be in game. That thought never crossed my head because it wasn't given that at all. It never gave that. Like, no, Peyton is 6. Well, in season 2, she had to be like at least 16 or 17. But in season 3, she's like at least 18. Jake is around the same age, but Jake has a kid. Jake is on the run from his baby mama who just won't let it go. Like, y'all really want Peyton to be 18 enduring all of his drama? Like, that should be true. It was his drama. And no, I don't want that for my girl. I want her to be with someone like Lucas. He's here. They're in love with each other. He ain't on the run. He ain't got no kid. He ain't got no baby mama who's obsessed with him. He ain't got none of that. Let her be with Lucas. So, period. That's where it stands. I'll forever be a Lathan fan, and no one's going to ever change my mind about that. So, we're done. So, that's what I love about Peyton being an overrated character. I really feel like people don't have no reasons for hating her outside of the stuff with Lindsay and the love triangle. And I just feel like y'all really need to get over that. Like, it's, y'all really need to get, especially with the Lindsay situation. Get over that, because it's really not that deep. Lindsay was a pick me the whole time. And the whole love triangle, y'all need to understand that all three of them are wrong about how they all handle things, and that's, it is what it is. So let's talk about Lucas. But I'm going to take a drink of water first, because Lucas is overhated to me. I do see little people in people on TikTok and people on Reddit, defending him, saying that he is overhated, and I agree. Oh, he can't mind his business. Oh, he can't do this. He can't do that. To me, I just feel like Lucas was there for everybody. Lucas dropped a dime, be there for everyone. He always tried to help people in their situations. People always ask for his help too, by the way. The whole point shaving thing with Nathan, I didn't even mention that in the whole double standard thing. The fact that Nathan got mad at him for going to tell Whitey about it, it's like Nathan could be very egotistical and always thinking about him. He never once thinks about the other person, and that gets really annoying, especially in the whole point shaving thing for the state championship. He was willing to sacrifice the state championship. He was willing to, I'm trying to word this right. He was willing. He was willing to put the state championship in jeopardy over them trying to find a way to pay those guys back. Like, that to me, I just feel like, why would you even put the state championship up for option? Like, I just thought it was just really selfish to him. And then to keep it from Lucas and Skills, like he said, this is my dream. Skills' dream. Half the guys on this team dream. Whitey's dream. You're not thinking about any of that. You're just thinking about you. Like, it was very selfish. And the fact that people were saying that he was just in Nathan's business. Are you kidding me? The state championship is important to the entire team. What the fuck do y'all mean? And then for Nathan to say he's trying to always play a martyr. We talk about play the martyr. Sorry that I'm the only person here who has a fucking conscience. Sorry that makes me a martyr. That I have a conscience and I think about the other person. Nathan didn't even think about what that would have done if people would have found out about the point shaving. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I couldn't believe he came in there and didn't even say thank you to Lucas until like moments after, until Haley talked some sense into him. Like, he was sitting there really on the bed complaining about Lucas telling Whitey and talking about he could ruin his chances of getting into Duke. You just think about you. This is not the Nathan show. Your actions affect other people, and like she said, I was the one who told Lucas to lie. So you need to go back, you need to put your pants on and rush your ass right back over to his house and fucking apologize. Cause like that shit was crazy to me. That shit was insane. Lucas didn't have to do that. Lucas didn't have to lie for you. He could have been like, hey, Whitey, it was Nathan. Period. He could have been straight like that. He could have been like, Nathan told me that these two guys that helped him out, that he went training with, wanted him to either pay him back the money or he had to lose the state championship. And Nathan chose the state championship over getting a job and coming with the money. Like, Nathan should have been found a job as soon as they helped him out the first time. Like, he should have been do that. He should have been finding a job and helping out with the money. Like, I couldn't believe Nathan was going to choose the state championship over getting that money back and then trying to make everybody else like the villain when he was thinking selfishly. Fuck out of here. Now, I can understand with Lucas that you might not agree with all of his decisions, and like, I kind of went on this rant a little bit in a couple of other videos. I think, what was it? I think it was the double standard video. I talked about this. Some of the decisions that I did not agree with, but like I could see from his point of view, but it's still not right. Like the whole heart condition thing. Yeah, I talked about this in double standard. The whole heart condition thing. He really should have told Karen. I could understand keeping it a secret in season 2, but by season 3, he really should have told Karen. He definitely should have told Karen. I definitely agree with everybody there. He definitely should have told Whitey in season 3. He should have not put his health at risk in season 3. Was it very stupid of him? Yes, you could say on some extent it was selfish because you should never put your health. He should not put his health in jeopardy like that. It is what it is. I'm not gonna make no sense for Lucas, even though I I love and adore him to the end of time, he definitely should have told Karen right away. But I definitely appreciate him saying something. Very, at least he did tell her in season 3, but I feel like he should have told her sooner. But I can understand him not wanting her to know, because like I said, when you hear things certain like that with your health, like cancer or a heart condition, or you have a history of heart attacks in your family. Like, I come from a family where people have really bad heart conditions, so I always try to eat right. Like, I try not to eat so much fast food. I try to, I drink a lot of water now. I barely drink juice. I try not to eat too much greasy foods, and I really don't eat that much fast food, really, unless I'm really hungry. Like, I don't order off DoorDash every single day, every single day, every single day. Like, no, it's like my history on DoorDash. Like, it's some places that I ordered one time. Like, I won't order from them ever again. It's like until like a couple other months. So like, I definitely get it. Like, I do come from a family with very bad heart condition, heart attacks and things like that, strokes. So that things like that really scare me. It's like, I don't want to have a heart attack. I don't want to have a stroke. Um, so yeah, I can definitely understand. Lucas definitely should have told his mom. There's no excuse there. The whole stuff with Brooke, I think I know how I feel about that. I think I keep repeating myself with the whole Brooke thing. I'm kind of just like over talking about it, really, because I said what I said, and I'm not going to keep repeating myself. I feel like him and Brooke, they were not a match. I feel like him and Brooke, they were never going to work. And I feel like no matter how many times Lucas proved that he could be trustworthy and things like that, Brooke never was just going to believe him. And I think on some extent, Lucas had to realize that the reason why it was never going to work between him and Brooke is because he had feelings for somebody else. But I feel like with him, Brooke was just the easier person to be with because Peyton rejected him the first time, and I feel like a part of me feels like he probably never forgot about it, but I think once him and Peyton became friends, I don't think he ever thought about her romantically, but once when Skills told him in season 4 that Peyton was just be confused about her feelings, it's like, no, I don't think Peyton confused. I think you're the one confused, because whenever she's in need, whenever she needs somebody, you remain the one consistent thing in her life. The one thing that will not fail her was Lucas. All those times where Brooke wasn't her friend, or when the writers completely abandoned her and Haley's friendship after season 2, which that's what I was going to talk about. I was going to talk about how that the writers completely forgot about her and Haley's friendship. I did like season 2. Like, I don't know why they did that. It always annoyed me that they did that. Like, think about it. Lucas has remained to be there for her through thick and thin, when other people decided to not be there for her. So to me, it was like Skills. So Skills is the only person who saw it, huh? Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I think Lucas was the one confused. I don't think Lucas understood that the whole time it was Peyton. I don't think he understood that because, like I said, I feel like he was trying so hard to make it work for Brooke that when him and Peyton became friends, he wanted to just leave it there. And I just feel like, no. Brooke is not your end game, Peyton is your end game. So we leave it there, and that's what it stands. So with him and Brooke, I was really over that relationship. Faster than you can say, hallelujah. I was over that relationship. I was so happy when they broke up in season 4. I didn't even care. I didn't even care. I did not. In the whole situation with him and Lindsay, she was just really a pick-me the whole time. A pick-me. And Lucas definitely should have not entertained her as long as he did. But he did because, Peyton broke his heart. And I just feel like he really should have not entertained that girl for as long as he did. That was ridiculous. I don't care what y'all say. Could he have been nosy sometimes? Sure. Maybe, I guess y'all could say him diving his nose in him and Haley and Nathan and Haley's marriage. And like I said before, if you were somebody and going through a messy divorce, but you're the one who don't want a divorce, at least you'll try to do something to make it right. Like at least Lucas was trying to help them. because Nathan wasn't doing anything to try to make it work. Like, Haley's back, she's trying to communicate and, trying to make things right, and he's just being so stubborn. It's like, how can our marriage progress if we willing to talk? The whole stuff with Ellie, I'm not gonna go down every single thing that people thought he was being nosy about. I'm not gonna do that. But the whole situation with Ellie, why is she doing a drug deal in the middle of the open? Anybody could have saw that. He just happened to see it. He just happened to see it. He was jogging, and he saw her doing a drug deal. And of course, I'm gonna be nosy. Like, you talk about you got here to try to have a relationship with Peyton, but you are buying weed. But we didn't know what she was buying weed for until she told him in the cafe that it was because she had cancer, and the weed is for the nausea, which is very true. That's very true. If you are suffering from cancer, the weed can make the nausea go away because weed is very strong. So that's very true. And he had every right to tell Peyton that she was buying weed because, like I just said, she's telling everybody that she came back down here to have a relationship with Peyton, but yet you're buying weed. Like, no. So yes, could have Lucas have the nosy? Could he have behind his business sometimes? Yes, completely. But everyone in the show has dipped their nose and where it didn't belong. Every single one of them. Peyton has, Brooke has, Haley has, and Nathan has before too. They've all dipped their nose and where it didn't belong. So they'll try to sit here and try to hold double standards on people minding the business because we're just not going to do it. So, me personally, I feel like they're both very overhated. I feel like out of all the boy characters I've seen, Lucas is far from the worst. Like I said, we got people like Damon, we got people like Nate Jacobs, we got people like Ezra, we got people like who else? Not even just main characters, like male characters in general that I've seen. We got Ian from Pretty Little Liars, we got Rand from Pretty Little Liars. Like, you got all these guys who are just very weird, very predators, rapists. You got Dan, he's a killer. All these guys, all of them. And y'all really mad over a guy cheating when you guys have characters in TV shows who are raping girls? Get your priorities in check. Please get them in order. Get them in order. People like Peter, like, come on, get them in order. Get them right. People like Johnny, like the list just keeps going on and on and on. The list just keeps going on and on. Because, like, Lucas is far from the worst male character. Far from it. He's far from it. I feel like if you really gonna hate him over a little bit of mistakes that he's made, it's like a lot of the characters in this show have made mistakes. I mean, personally, I'm not the type of person that like to use other characters, but I feel like sometimes you have to. I'm not saying that I agree with all Lucas actions. I don't. I think there were definitely ways he could have handled it better. Absolutely, 100%, he could have handled things better. But I feel like for y'all to hate him over something that another character has done is very hypocritical. So, just saying. Well, anyway, that has reached the end of this rant. I hope what I have said can digest for people. They can marinate it, they can season it. That is the end of the Once You Heal rants. I had so much fun making these rants because Once You Heal is my favorite show of all time. My favorite show. And it's just time to talk about Gossip Girl because I wrote down a whole list of things that I will talk about. I think I came up with like 8 different topics to talk about for Gossip Girl. And so y'all just be ready for Gossip Girl because it was the show I got into right after One Tree Hill. So thanks for listening and thanks for supporting me, and like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.